Did you know 96% of all pages on the internet get zero organic traffic from Google? You heard me right, zero, not a trickle of traffic. And the scary part is that most of these pages were created by people who thought they were doing everything right. So in 2026, what actually earns you a Google penalty and what do you do about it? Well, in a previous video, we already covered whether Google penalizes AI content, and the short answer is no, not by default. What Google actually penalizes is low quality, and today we're gonna be looking at the specifics about what low quality looks like in theory. And I'm gonna break down 10 causes with real signals and what you need to fix first. Number one that I always have to emphasize is thin content. To expand, thin content is any page that exists on your site without actually providing real value to the user. We are talking about pages with only a few sentences, auto-generated filler, or content that just restates the keyword over and over without answering anything. Google themselves has been explicit about this, going back to the Panda algorithm update, and it only got stricter with the helpful content system as well. A page needs to be able to demonstrate effort, depth, and a genuine attempt to satisfy search intent, or Google will simply not rank it. Number two, keyword stuffing. And I want to reiterate this one because it still catches people off guard because they feel like they're doing the right thing. More keywords should mean more relevance, right? Well, you'd be wrong. When your target phrase appears every 2 sentences in an unnatural way, Google's system flags it as manipulative. And keyword stuffing tanks your readability score, it increases your bounce rate, and it signals to Google that you are optimizing for the algorithm instead of for the reader. Also, I want to say if you're liking this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Number three, duplicate content. Duplicate content does not just mean copying someone else's article. It also includes republishing the same content on multiple URLs on your own site, boilerplate paragraphs repeated across a dozen of pages, and syndicated content without a canonical tag. Google consolidates duplicate pages and typically only ranks one version, which means the rest of your pages lose authority and visibility. Number four, cloaking. Cloaking is when you show Google's crawler one version of a page and show your actual visitors a completely different version. Some sites do this intentionally to sneak in rankings for content Google would never approve. But others do it accidentally through JavaScript rendering issues or conditional redirects. Either way, Google treats it as a deliberate violation and it can trigger a manual action, which is the harshest penalty in the playbook. Number five, buying backlinks. Paid links have been a violation of Google's guidelines since the early 2000s. But the market for them exploded anyway, because for a long time, they worked. But Google's Penguin algorithm changed that. When their systems detect unnatural link patterns, including links from private blog networks, link farms, or sudden spikes in exact match anchor text, they discount those links entirely or apply a penalty. So you probably shouldn't be doing it. Number six, spammy or auto-generated content. Now I want to note this is different than AI-assisted content, and that distinction matters a lot. Spammy auto-generated content means pages that were clearly produced at mass scale with no editorial oversight, no original insight, and no attempt to serve an actual reader. Think of scraped content, programmatic pages with zero unique value, or articles that are just synonym swapped versions of other articles. Google's spam policies specifically call this out, and sites that rely on it at scale have been wiped out in core updates. Number seven, hidden text and hidden links. This is a classic black hat tactic that some sites are still using today. Think of white text on a white background, links hidden in punctuation marks, or content set to display none in CSS, but still visible to crawlers. Google finds these through its crawlers and through manual reviewers, and when they do, the penalty is severe and immediate. Number eight, poor user experience signals. Google does not just read your content, it watches how users interact with it. If users land on your page and immediately hit the back button, that tells Google that page did not deliver on its promise. So things like a high bounce rate or a slow page speed are all things that feed into the experience signals that Google uses to evaluate whether your content deserves its ranking. Number nine, EEAT violations. If you're unfamiliar, EEAT stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Google's quality raters use this framework to evaluate pages, especially in YM/YL categories like health, finance, and legal content. So if your content is making claims with no sources, it has no author bylines, no credentials, and no trust signals, Google systems will downrank it even if the writing is technically clean. This is actually why one of the biggest reasons that AI content without any human editorial layer gets caught. Not for the fact that it was AI, but because it stripped out all of the trust signals that EEAT depends on. Number 10, manipulative structured data. Structured data, things like review schema, FAQ schema, and product markup can earn you rich results in search. But if your markup describes content that is not actually on the page, or inflates review scores, or claims features the page doesn't support, Google will remove your rich results and can apply a broader penalty. Google is very clear. Schema should describe what is on the page, not what you wish was on the page. But importantly, here is the pattern you should notice across all of them. Every single one of these penalties comes down from the same core problem: prioritizing the algorithm over the actual reader. When your content is genuinely useful, properly sourced, clearly structured, and honest with both users and crawlers, most of these risks go away automatically. And so this is where a tool like Phrasely becomes really useful. Phrasely helps you produce AI-assisted content that actually passes quality checks. Not that by hiding that it used AI, but making sure that your output is high quality, natural, and built for real readers. For instance, the AI detection tool also lets you see exactly how your content reads to detection systems before it ever hits your site, so you can catch some of those issues before Google does themselves. If you want to try it out, it's one of my favorite tools. I'll leave a link below so you can try it out. I'll see you in the next video.